Welcome to the Capital Spreads Weekly Look Ahead. Today is Monday the 26th of November 2012. And after a very strong week last week for equity markets, which of course involved a few days off for the US, in fact the Dow actually, which had a half-day trading day on Friday for Thanksgiving and was closed last Thursday, actually last Friday saw a really good rally and actually took the Dow back above the 13,000 level, which is where it closed, but of course it's on very, very thin volumes. So the start to this week has actually seen a little bit of profit taking following those strong gains across global equity markets. So for the FTSE, we're at 5780. The Dow, we're calling already down some 70 points or so to open this afternoon at 12,940. The euro dollar, of course, euro has benefited from the risk on appetite. It's at 129.65. Cable back above 160 at 160.15. Gold also been well supported at 1748, as with Brent, the ongoing troubles in the Middle East, and of course that whiff of risk appetite helping Brent rally. It's at 111.10. So far today, that little bit of profit taking really has been compounded by some much weaker than expected German consumer confidence data, which came as a slight surprise because Germany has been bucking the trend of recent, but there are indications that even they may slip back into recession very soon, so that's obviously had a bit of a knock-on effect for their consumers. So that negativity is just driving the market's a little bit lower today. Lots and lots of data for the rest of the week, mainly focusing on consumer confidence and GDP numbers. But also today, the real focus is on Greece, expecting to see finally the announcement of a deal there for the country's debt, exactly how the Troika is going to issue some 44 billion euros, which was expected to should have been issued earlier in the summer, quite some time ago. But of course we had several elections in Greece which stopped things, that actual tranche of cash being delivered to them by the Troika. But now that Greece is over those hurdles, it's had its elections, it's implemented various austerity measures, it's actually not that the country itself that's delaying these funds to them, it's the Troika. They want to thrash out a deal in order to ensure that Greece can reach that target of 120% debt to GDP by 2020. And we don't really know what form that will come in, but of course negotiations are ongoing and expecting to see a decision later today. Of course, there is the chance that that decision could be delayed until further down the line, which may cause a little bit of further ruction amongst investors. But as mentioned, for the rest of the week, lots and lots of economic data. Tomorrow we get French consumer confidence, which is expected to decline a little bit there, of course. Unemployment has been creeping higher in France, so that's probably going to have a knock-on effect for the consumers. We also get the second reading of UK GDP. Now that, of course, as we know, surprised to the upside. It reported growth of 1% in the third quarter, very impressive, yet recent data, in particular for industrial production, has just been a little bit weaker, so don't be surprised to see that might be revised down a tiny bit, not much. Certainly will show that we grew in the third quarter, but maybe not as much as the first reading may have indicated. We also get US durable goods and then US consumer confidence, which is expected to rise, but recently we have seen Michigan sentiment fall a little bit, so there's every chance that that consumer confidence data across the pond might be a little bit weaker. On to Wednesday, then we get German CPI numbers and new home sales from the US. Of course, home sales have been doing pretty well of late, and that has helped US markets as well lift themselves over the past few months. We also get the Federal Reserve's Beige Book. Then on Thursday there's German unemployment, which is expected to remain around 6.9%. We also get from the UK mortgage approvals and consumer credit figures. We get consumer confidence from the European Union. And then the weekly initial jobless claims from the US, as well as their next reading of GDP and some pending home sales data as well. And then to finish off the week, very much the theme, consumer confidence from the UK on Friday. We get EU unemployment, and then the US rounds things off with personal income and spending and the Chicago PMI. So lots and lots of things to look at this week, but the focus is Greece. That's today, and so we'll wait to see what the decision is regarding their debt restructuring. That's it. As ever, do give us feedback, media@capitalspreads.com.